Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Option Strikers. Global tensions are heating up again in June 2025. So the big question for every investor is how will Nifty react? So will it crash or rally? So let's quickly review how Nifty behavior during the previous wars and related events happened. So I have drawn areas of previous instances of how the market has reacted. So I think the first instance was during 1999. So if we get back to 1999 somewhere, when these wars have occurred and they were drawn, mark them on the charts. So the first instance happened to be Kargil War. If you see here, I think this is where the Kargil War has occurred. Yes, during May to July 1999. Yeah, I think generally whenever this type of things happen, I think the initial relaxation will be a dip or a gap down opening, followed with a huge and violent buying, which happens generally. Maybe the first 15 minutes, I think because of the news, I think we might dip down 1%, 2%, 3%, and then but once, because these are very extreme conditions, and then generally these are the areas which generally FIRs or big money people will buy. So if you consider this, I think even though the move was on the downside, but I think we did not fall much on this particular occasion. So next happens to be somewhere during 2003, which is the US Iraq war. So again, see, there is a small candle. Yeah, even though there is a gap down, or maybe we have opened and then we have dipped, not much of movement, because I think the movement occurs during a gap down or a gap up generally, and post that I think it will become completely sideways. So that is the general trend. So in these two occasions, I think there is not much of follow through which happened. So let's see the next instance, which happened to be US Iraq war during 2003. Yeah, I think this is the one. So the US Iraq war, again, if you see, there is not much of a movement. So, and then we can see the recent surgical strike which happened during 2016. So this should be somewhere here, 2016, 2016 somewhere. Yeah, see this is the one. So even if you see here, the market, even though surgical strike is again a war kind of a scenario, again we opened up and then we went down. But I think post that, I think there wasn't that bigger moment. I think we stayed a little sideways during that time. And if we go to the one after that should be the Balakot attack, or it's called as a Pulwama. So it should be during 2019, I think. Yeah, 2019. Yeah, so there you go. So this time I think the market went green. Of course, there is not big movement. So the next one is the Russia Ukraine war. So if you see this one, yeah. So there was a huge gap down, and then of course we then again went down for that day. I think we were completely negative, around close to 5.5% down, and then post that we rallied. And then the current scenario, I think that is what we are looking. We are recording this video on 22nd of June. So 23rd is when the markets will reopen. So on Friday we had a weekly closing about 25,100. So what is that we can learn out of these previous instances? So generally markets will hate uncertainty. The initial reaction will definitely be on the downside. Yeah, maybe what will be the levels? I think we yeah, I'll be really surprised. I think we are breaking these levels even on a gap down. So this is the initial level 24,800 if you're rounding this off. And then if that is follow-up selling comes, I think 24,500. These are the important levels to watch out for. I mean, if you see this candle on 13 June, I think we opened very low at around 24,700, and then we rallied. So I'm expecting a similar kind of a scenario tomorrow also. We will be opening gapped up for 300, 400, 500 points, whatever that level will be. So I'm assuming, I think we will be opening somewhere at around 24,800, maybe 850, or even well below that. Yeah, any levels we open it, I think I'm assuming maybe first 5-10 minutes, I think there will be initial wherein these people who are carrying their put positions, I think they'll book off their profits, and then I'm expecting a rally again. So that is what generally happens. So the whole point of preparing this video is how Nifty has reacted on the previous situations of these extreme conditions. So considering all the, it can be a bear trap. So if you're invested, don't react emotionally to our headlines. Stick to your plan, manage your risks, and focus on the long-term trends. So hopefully this video have helped you. And what is that you have to do? Again, it's not advisable to take a new positions as tomorrow, especially on the portfolio side. Yeah, but maybe if at all you're yeah, doing a long-term option trading, then I think definitely it's a very good place for you to add positional calls at lower levels. I think because they will be very cheap. So like this video if you found this useful, and subscribe more for market timely updates. Thank you.